For this grab release, we're going to use the elbows. I'm going to work in nice and tight. All of these movements do come from the traditional forms, though you do have to kind of put a little bit of work in to try and figure out what's going to work for you and also at what range. So Dan's probably the same size as me, so I know very well that if he's grabbed me, then his neck and shoulder is within range, okay? If Dan was a lot taller and his arms were a lot longer, I would have to try to work to other targets because I might not be able to get a sufficient strike on his body. With this one, we're going to use elbows. Our primary concern is the punch. So that punch comes in and we defend ourselves. Now, what we can do, if we can't locate the head, one thing that we can always find is the arm. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your other arm across and just attack into that bicep. Now, just on the inside here, you're going to have heart 3. If I turn my body, I can fire that elbow in, and whether his hand is there or not, my elbow is going to smash through that. Now, I don't have to leave guard. I can just work with that. Again, if he hangs on, which he's probably more than likely to if that's his initial attack and response, that's not going to let go in time for me to smash that. Now, his body isn't going to move and the grip's not going to move, so that means that his arm has to take the full brunt. So if you aim for heart 3, which is a slightly upwards movement there, you can attack straight underneath, and this is where the major artery runs underneath the arm. So just from an attacking position, if I've defended myself against that initial punch, I'm just going to switch my body out and just smash straight into that elbow there. That loads my hands for this movement working backwards. And again, if I smash in and he grabs hold of my arms and tries to move me, I've still got that one as I open up. So you have either the right hand on the backwards movement or you have the left hand on the forwards movement. Either way, he's only got one arm to brace, so you can work around whichever one he picks up. We're going to take a look just at using the finger jabs. Now, I'm not a massive fan of using finger jabs as they're traditionally used, which is from out here and I aim for the eyes. Now, I can pretty much guarantee that if Dan's in a position where he's attacked me, if I wanted to jab him in the eyes with either finger, he's only got to move his head an inch or so in either direction, and I'm just going to hit skull or cheek or something else that the finger jab isn't going to do any damage to. So what's going to happen, again, this first punch is what we need to worry about. Even if he steps in and feeds an elbow, we should be able to brace well enough to just make sure that that elbow tip doesn't strike us straight in the face, or at least defends the majority of the damage. Now, the closer he is, the easier it is for you to hit him back. Not a very nice position for yourselves, but again, if you're working in this, you've got to deal with whatever you get. Now, from here, the finger jab is amazing because all I'm going to do, I'm just going to locate the head with one hand, and then I can stop his head from moving as I pierce him into the eyes. If I miss and his head goes back, I've now opened up his throat to attack. Now, either a punch or again another finger jab into CV22 is enough to give you a break to get away or to finish the job. So if he steps in, whether it's an elbow or a punch, you see from here, now my fingertips are literally at his eye socket. So I can just jam that straight in. Again, if you want to guarantee your shot, clinch with the guy, because his other arm is now on the outside, you occupy the inside line. Now, for me to hit his throat from here, I locate the chest and just push it up, okay? It's very easy to find the pit of the neck if I've crashed his guard, if I've stopped this elbow from coming in. Now, it can be the thumb to the eye, it can be the fingers to the neck, but they're the soft areas where your finger jabs are actually gonna work. So you can work that from the clinch, and that's going to be far more effective than if you stand out here and try and jab him from distance.